19PP Reviews, back today with a new rank video for you. This time I'm ranking Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio films as promised in my previous video with my rank video of Robert De Niro and Martin Scorsese. I'd come and do this. So here we are, this is me going to rank every film Martin Scorsese has directed with Leonardo DiCaprio in it. There's only 5 in this list, whereas last time there was 8. He's only done a couple, but he's still making more with them at the moment. So this is of today. This is the films he's in. And this is the rank. So here we are, let's jump right in with 2010's Shutter Island. Now, this time I like every film in this list. I like every one of them. Shutter Island's one of those that, yeah, I do like. It's strange, I've watched it maybe twice. It's not my favourite. It's not one that I could... It's not one of those films you can go stick on and watch all the time. It's not one of those where you can just put it on and watch it. Whereas a lot of these you can just put on and watch and not turn your brain off per se, but after a while you've watched that many times, you can just kind of just turn it on and watch, like I do with Goodfellas. But Shutter Island's one of those where it's like that strange and that messed up that you watch it once, maybe twice, and then you wait a couple of years to watch it again, and I'm in that stage at the moment. I'm not ready. I've been meaning to watch it the last month, still can't finally get my brain ready to watch that film. But it's a great film. If you haven't seen it, it's worth checking out. If you have seen it and you're in the mood for a watch, it's time to watch it, but I just can't get into that mindset to watch it yet. Next up is the first in the Martin Scorsese Leonardo DiCaprio films. This is 2002's Gangs of New York. Now this is a film that gets a lot of stick and a lot of people forget about it. Bad Bill the Butcher. They don't forget about Daniel Day-Lewis's character in it, but they kind of forget about the film. I don't think this film's forgettable. I really like this film. I remember this film first came out. I really liked it. I watched it constantly, and it's just on. I watched it, and then I discovered that it was Martin Scorsese who directed it. I'd also watched Goodfellas growing up and Casino growing up, and I got to watch Gangs of New York, and I loved it growing up. I loved it, watched it a lot. And then as the years got on, I discovered who Martin Scorsese actually was, and discovered that these were the same person. These films were made from the same people. And it's just that crazy film. It's, yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis's character, Bill the Butcher, is he's like the best part of the film. Yeah, he is. You watch it for him, because he's that nuts and that psychotic. You could have made the film just on him. You could have forgot about everybody else and just made Bill the Butcher the main character and made him an evil bastard, and it would have still worked because of Daniel Day-Lewis, because of how great that guy is an actor. I'm not going to argue the guy is a fantastic actor and he deserves everything he gets. But Leonardo DiCaprio is good as Amsterdam. It does fill in good parts, but really is outshined by Daniel Day-Lewis. A film that is not outshined by anybody in the next 3. Well, the next 2, there's one he does get outshined in, but the next one he doesn't get outshined in, and this is 2004's The Aviator. Wow. Maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I think it was, when I finally watched that for the first time. My brother went on about it being his favourite Leonardo DiCaprio film, saying it was probably his favourite Martin Scorsese film, and I wasn't too sure. Gave it a watch. My mind was blown. It was fantastic. I've watched it 4 or 5 times since then. It's just amazing. This should have won Leonardo DiCaprio an Oscar. Hands down, him playing Howard Hughes, the part where he's stuck in he puts himself in the room, the projector room, and he starts to grow his hands and his beard and his nails, and he just goes nuts, and the milk, and he's just that crazy. It just is fantastic piece of acting and a fantastic bit to watch, mixed with the editing and directing. It makes it phenomenal, just because Martin Scorsese knows how to shoot everything. He knows how to shoot people going crazy. This is kind of, I would say this is almost Leonardo DiCaprio's kind of comedy with the craziness of it. Next up would be a lot of people, again, I'm going to upset people. This is what people put as a number 1. I personally don't. I think the film after it's better. This is 2006's The Departed. A lot of people put this high up because it finally won Martin Scorsese's Oscar. Yes, it did. It finally won him an Oscar. But it was an Oscar that he should have won years before. this film, put this up against any other Martin Scorsese films that should have won Oscar. Goodfellas, Taxi Driver, Casino, King of Comedy, they all fall, that falls to all of these. It's not that great a film. Everybody's like, this film is the best film ever just because it won an Oscar. No, it's not. It's a good film. Not going to have that. Jack Nicholson is crazy. He's this brilliant, crazy villain. And I love it when you put Jack Nicholson as a great villain role. That's one of my favourite Joker of all time is his Joker, because he's playing that crazy character and it works. I even like Matt Damon in it, and I'm not a massive Matt Damon fan, but Matt Damon plays he does a good undercover. He does a good undercover cop, but he's not undercover. He's undercover for the mafia in the cop department, and then obviously Leonardo DiCaprio is the undercover cop in the mafia side. And then there's also Mark Wahlberg's in it as well. The whole ensemble cast makes this film really good, but to me, not the best film. Right. Certainly not the best film Martin Scorsese made. And it's also not the best film that he's made with Leonardo DiCaprio as far, because that goes to 2014's Wolf of Wall Street. Now this film is amazing. This is Leonardo DiCaprio and Martin Scorsese's Casino. When I watch this, that's what I see Casino, mix a little bit of Goodfellas, but mostly just Casino. It's all about this guy owning the big trade industry. Casino. He owns the big trade industry. At that point, the moneymaker was the casinos in Vegas. This is based when the money was all about Wall Street. That's what makes this film fantastic. That's why I love it. Just it shows a different side. A lot of people say it's not a great film because all it does is take drugs. You watch a film, and that's why a lot of people love it actually, because all it does is take drugs. I watch it differently. I watch it as a film. I watch it like you see the mental breakdown. Every single different thing he's doing is always different. There's always, every time he's taking a drug, it's different from each drug. Each effect for each different. It could be the same drug he's taking. It's always Quaaludes, but each Quaalude has a different effect on him because he's always on the go. He's always doing something different in his life, and it just shows this rose-tinted look at Wall Street. Even though we all know nowadays that Wall Street was corrupted, that Wall Street broke, it just didn't work. It still doesn't work, but this shows you the rose-tinted glasses that you kind of still loved, and you knew this guy was an absolute bellend. 100%. Jordan Belfort was one of the biggest bellends ever, but you still loved him. You still fell in love with his character. Thanks to Leonardo DiCaprio. Why didn't win an Oscar in this film? I don't know. Why Martin Scorsese didn't win an Oscar for directing this film? I don't know. Jonah Hill, what an actor! I love Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill showed that he can actually act in this film. He's not just a fat comedian anymore. He can act, and it's all because of this film. One of my favourite films ever. It's probably one of my favourite Martin Scorsese films. It's probably under Casino. If I was to do one big video of favourite Martin Scorsese films, I'd probably have to say it'd be Goodfellas, Casino, Wolf of Wall Street. That'd be my top 3. So thank you for tuning in. Let me know down below how would you rank these films, and also what are your top 3 Martin Scorsese films. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you later. Bye.
You